Welcome to another episode of The Mind's Eye with Mike Lowry. Today I wanted to talk to you guys about taking responsibility. Stay tuned. Alright, so as y'all know, I like to talk about, what the definition means. So here we go. Responsibility is a state or fact of having a duty to deal with something or having control over someone. All right, so let's talk about the idea of responsibility. Like, we have the idea and the duty to be responsible for the decisions that we make. They may not always go our way, but we have to learn to take responsibility for the decisions that we make. And we don't take responsibility enough. Most of the time, we're the reason that we're in the situations that we're in. If we started taking more responsibility as to why we're in the situation we're in, and we start analyzing the decision we made prior, we stop making excuses. I can speak for myself. I had to learn this new space of taking responsibility. Over the years, I've made excuses. I've complained about things that were happening to me and, felt that it wasn't fair. And then in retrospect, I look back and realize that a lot of decisions that I made years ago has become a direct effect on things that I'm dealing with now in my life or last year or probably still in the future. And I had a hard time taking responsibility because I always felt that things were happening to me and not realizing that I was positioning myself for negativity in my future. So we victimize ourselves and believe that, the reason that things aren't going right is because of what people are doing to us or what situations are happening to us. But a lot of times it's in a direct alignment from a choice that we made. And don't get me wrong, there are a lot of times where things are done unfairly to you. But ask yourself, if you would have done something a little different the week before, a month before, a year before, you wouldn't be in that exact situation for something or someone to do you unfairly. So I think that in order for us to move forward in life, we really have to take responsibility of the things that's currently happening in our life. So while I have you here, I wanted to break down a few reasons I do believe that it's important to take responsibility. Number one, personal growth. Accepting responsibility allows you to learn from your mistakes and it allows you to just grow as a person alone. Number two, trustworthiness. When you take responsibility, people feel like they can trust you. And in trust, you can build more positive, successful relationships. Accountability. Accountability can lead to fair consequences and it gains trust alone. Number four, problem solving. We can identify what is wrong and create a new approach to identify the problem. Number five, integrity. This is my favorite word. It's the idea of just doing what's right. And then taking responsibility for your actions is doing what's right. Respect aligns with reliability and dependability. When you take responsibility, people feel like they can rely on you because they respect you. Number seven, I believe that taking responsibility can help with your well-being, can help with your emotional state and not feeling guilty about a particular situation that may have occurred. Leadership. Most good leaders know how to take responsibility. I always say you can't be responsible for the good without taking credit for the bad. And your staff or whatever it is that you're leading, they'll notice that. They'll notice what you take responsibility on, and they'll also notice what you make excuses for. So I'm just giving you a few reasons on how to take responsibility. I think it's so important in our day-to-day life in what we do, whether it's a business, whether it's just your job day-to-day, whether you're trying to get promoted, whether you're just someone that goes to and from work. I think that people will respect you more. I think that people will position you in places that you say you want to go as long as you just take responsibility. I think so many times we look at life and just be like, we make excuses, we try to avoid certain situations, and we do all the things that goes against taking responsibility. And I can honestly say that I was one of them. And I had to learn that if I take more responsibility, that people will respect me more. If I take more responsibility, people will trust me more. If I take more responsibility, people are more in line to walk with me in my day-to-day and things that I do, whether it's business, whether it's in the corporate world, whether it's like at the gym. If I'm not leading by example, then what am I doing? You know what I mean? So I've learned to take responsibility, and I just hope you guys do the same. Well, that concludes another episode with the Minds Out with Mike Lowry. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And I promise you, your life will be a much better off if you start taking responsibility.